We're live.
Yeah, and then after the
Hey,
show, I usually delete those.
we're live. Yeah, I make them private when I do anything like
Yep.
that. Cause they,
Is Zoom still on? Oh
yes,
yeah,
it's like
yeah, he
he's
still
still
is.
going. So we won't have anybody here for a hot minute or two or three.
Until they get done. Yeah.
But so yeah, they say Matt Mellish says you shouldn't delete a video because it messes with the algorithm. You should just make it private.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't actually delete them. I just private them.
So yeah, I just go ahead and private it that way. It's still there, and So I'm gonna be continuing work on this set right here,
Oh, nice.
and then I need to track down the stupid truck. Like I never bought it because I'm like, it's everywhere. I'll get it, and now all of a sudden it has just straight up disappeared from all the stores near me.
Yeah. Wait, which truck? The new
The
one?
Avengers truck takedown. It has
Yeah, I
like
gotcha.
Captain America and the weird looking truck, and then a couple of
The
Chitauri.
Hummer looking truck, or is there a weirder looking truck?
Yeah, no, it's a big one. It like opens up on the back and like some weapons
Uh,
come out of it.
so it's the knockoff of Optimus Prime, but doesn't transform.
Yeah, it's like a mask vehicle kind of. So that's what I'm working on. What you been up to, Z-Man?
Like I said, I've been working on some backlog things, and then I've been working on some mock vehicles just
Nice.
for fun.
Do the
Talking about that one, Brick Place? Oh, sorry.
hold up.
That one.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
That one. Yeah, I've been working on some mock vehicles. I had to order some new tires. By the way, this was a challenge. I challenged myself. This one, and then this is, you can tell where I was going with that.
Oh
yeah.
But
Very
it has,
oriental.
I was using all the original parts from those sets, and I gave it a modern twist, a modern build style.
Or no, that's Indiana Jones, isn't it?
It's before that.
Oh, so it is the oriental. Or no, don't tell me.
JT, Johnny Thunder.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And actually,
I was thinking
Obi-Wan Kenobi sent me the original head for the actual one because I was using my knockoff guy over here, but he sent me the actual head. So I got them both sitting in here, and I tried to use as many pieces that I could find from the original sets, and then I just built my own mock. And what's cool about it is this is just stuff I grabbed during a live. Like, I didn't dig any of these pieces out specific or anything. Like, I was testing my mock abilities. So during the live, I just slapped these together.
I like it.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
And then this one, I needed new tires because I did the treadmill challenge with it, and it ate up the tires.
Yeah.
So we have a whole bag of wheels and tires.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, Lego they make a bunch of tires, so yeah, you
They're
shouldn't have
cheap.
a problem getting any.
I got like this whole bag for like $2.
Oh, that's a steal.
You know who makes the most tires in the world?
Lego.
That's right.
Yeah, they also wear really bad because they use really soft rubber for it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be noisy. I'm gonna mute this for a second.
Okay.
Crinkly.
What you been doing, Bird? I mean, what you been doing that you can show us?
Well, basically, I've just been putting up all my minifigs. Those big trays I have, I finally have those like sorted where I want, and been working on this parade float that I cannot show.
Yeah, the secret.
Yeah, it's secret.
I mean, I'm sure nobody that matters would watch this stream, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's true. No one's gonna know anyway. I did. We had AFOL day Saturday, and I got some really good sets, so I was very pleased. So,
yep, I cannot participate in that. Ooh, and Chrome Bits is awesome.
Ooh, what is that? Is that like you're muted? Is that an early Technic piece?
So I was buying wheels off of this guy's Bricklink store, and this was in the car section. It's a chrome, like the whole unit, the whole exhaust pipe and muffler and everything, and it was on Bricklink. And I didn't expect it to be chrome. It showed up silver, like matte silver. And I thought it was just gonna be like a grayish, like a light blue grayish piece. It's chrome. Check that out.
Incredible.
I wonder what set that's from. Do they have a part number that you can read?
It's inside of the muffler, huh?
Oh, of course
Look,
it
I was
is.
gonna say, look up your order on Bricklink, and it should have the part number.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
Did you give me the
Or,
sheet? Let me look.
Cheap ass bricks there might know.
Hold on, I got the part number.
Got it.
It's chrome silver vehicle exhaust pipe twin inlet 11L left. Apparently, there's a right one. Doesn't give me the actual part number though.
He says cheap ass says from a '90s set.
Yeah, it says it's an 11L left, but I didn't expect it to actually be chrome because in the photo it showed like off silver. But I've been doing a lot of vehicle mocks, like this, for instance, and
Got it.
so like I said, I just saw it on there because I needed wheels and tires. So
Yeah, that's weird because this color here is like a matte,
right,
flat silver. Yeah.
That's what it looked like on the Bricklink, like on the data thing for it, and this is
here it is. I found
chrome.
it. I got it.
That's awesome. How much was it?
It was like less than a quarter.
No,
That's a good price. It's like $1.10 on Bricklink.
Yeah, it was less than a quarter. I think he just threw it on there because he had it. It was in his vehicle section.
that's pretty sweet.
It is pretty sweet. Oh, I have that set.
So like,
Yes.
this little piece here.
It's one of the sets.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that from back in the day. Like this little triangular wedge piece in white is apparently stupid ass rare.
Really?
Yeah. So I was looking for one for a certain thing I needed, and I only found 2 stores on Bricklink at the time that had them. One of them was charging $6 for it.
Was it Planet Bricks?
Do what?
Was it Planet Bricks?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
But the other store that had it was charging $3 for it, and he had 2. So I'm like, well, I need the 2. So I bought the 2 for $3 a piece.
Yeah.
Turns out it's only in 2 sets. One set is Star Destroyer, and then the other set is like a Brick Creator Brick Box Anniversary Edition from like 1990 or something.
Which Star Destroyer is that in?
I don't remember off the top of my head what one it is. It's an older one.
Is it that one back there?
I mean, possibly.
That's the last one before the UCS one came out.
Yeah, because it's in one of the older ones. But I was just like, holy cow! Why is this piece $6 or $3? Why is this piece $6?
Yeah. You're like, why?
Like, this shouldn't be that. You would think that's a common piece, and then I got to looking into it. I'm like, oh, it's not very common.
Dude, this dude gave me extras, and they're actually like badass extras.
That's awesome.
You gotta love good extras.
Well, I ordered like a ton of different wheel sizes and tire types, and the extras he gave me are these off-roader ones. A whole set.
Nice. Yeah.
He gave me the whole set. I did not order those. I will take them though.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Gary?
Hello from Ireland. Hello. Drink a Guinness, will you? Sorry, my Irish accent's terrible.
So there used to be a Bricklink seller. She was a YouTuber / Bricklink seller. Her name was Spirit Particles.
Oh.
And then she changed her name to Flippin' Particles because that's like her new thing. She's still on YouTube. She's no longer part of the Lego community because some people were complete and total dicks to her, essentially. So she just kind of was like, "Well, I'm gonna leave this." But on her Bricklink store, when you would buy stuff, you could I forget what you would basically, you could say like a code word or whatever in the comments there, and then she would you picked a number. That's what it was, because she had a bunch of boxes, and you would pick a number, and each box was numbered, and then you got whatever was in the box like as an extra. So basically, only people that watched her YouTube channel and shopped for Bricklink would know about that.
Yeah.
And then she would do basically a packaging video kind of thing, but basically she would, pick your box and show you what you were getting extra on top of your order. So she had all kinds of cool stuff. I got like extra figures and like poly bags and things like that. It was really cool.
The extras are my favorite thing. Not all of them do that, obviously, but when they do that, it's fun. Like this, I didn't even know. This is some random person. I don't even know this person. I only did it because they had the specific wheels I was looking for in bulk for really cheap. Because these are the ones that came with the pullback racers. And I got extra wheels, and they're cool wheels. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I'm excited about them.
Well, heck yeah, you can always do something. I'm sure. Free Lego is free Lego. Honestly.
Yeah.
Clutch used to do he may even still do it. I don't know, but you would spin the wheel. Like you placed an order and mentioned something in the comments. He had a wheel. You spin the wheel, and you could win different things off the wheel. So that was kind of fun. Actually, he doesn't do it anymore because Bricksmith has the wheel. It's actually behind him and his stuff.
Look at this old school piece.
Oh, wow. That is neat.
I was going to use this for this build, but I'm afraid it's so old and it's like brittle, like it's like peeling up. Like you can see like it's peeling up. It's so old and brittle, I'm afraid to even do anything with it.
I'm afraid to even touch it.
Yeah, I don't want to look at it.
What? I don't even know how old this is. I haven't looked at the part number on it. I don't even know if they had part numbers at this time. But it has metal axles and fixed wheels, so it's
that's probably like a Fabuland car or something, isn't it?
So there's no other than it having the old school Lego markings on each stud. There's no
what size
marks
is
or
it?
anything.
Is it like a 6x10, a 6x12?
4x1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Welcome,
4x14.
Hello. Canadian Jeff says it is Fabuland, so I was correct.
What are you, Fabuland? Oh, yeah, Fabuland. That's cool.
What up, for Zoomers?
How you doing?
Chilling, man.
Good.
And welcome, Jeff.
Jeff?
How'd your stream go? Did everybody calm down and stop talking about shafts?
Well, as we were going off the air, there got to be talk about an orca and a floppy fin, and it's like, okay, we're done. We're done. We're out. I don't know what that means, and I'm out. So
he's like, you gotta smooth the tip.
It's like, dude, do you not even know?
I'm gonna try something with this. So it's already got the wrong wheels. It has like modern wheels on my mock here. But I just got a brilliant idea looking at this pile of wheels I got. Let me see if this works. The mad scientist in me feels like I need to do this.
That's how great builds happen.
All right, so I built a train. I don't usually build trains.
Choo 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 choo. Oh, nice.
Space train.
Yeah, it's very what's that movie that circles the globe?
Oh, the Snowpiercer thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
That thing's awesome.
So this is for the Time Cruisers theme.
Gotcha. Yep.
And so this is an upgrade of the Time Train here. And so I'm working on the next car, which will be like some sort of Ghost and Batwing kind of thing going on. And then the back end of the train, I've got that car finished, and it's the Space-Time Energizer car here.
It's awesome.
Love those panels on the back.
Yeah, old school. So that's kind of a Back to the Future reference to the train and Back to the Future going on right there. So anyway, I'll get that done.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
You have so much talent, sir.
That's nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it makes me sick.
It's not going to work without me dropping the frame. But
oh wow, that's a big wheel.
Cool.
It won't fit. I need to drop the frame, and I'm too lazy to do that right now.
I get it. You're like, oh, I have to get up and get parts.
Exactly.
Let me figure out something else.
The Technic bin is way over there. Nope.
Who wants to get up and walk around?
Okay, all right. Let's just be honest. Have you ever made a part change because you're like, crap, and I don't want to get up over there and go get that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm not the only one. Good.
I did it this afternoon. What are you talking about?
I don't need a 2x4. I got two 2x2s here. Let's just use that.
I will say this got up to 6 miles per hour on the treadmill. I will say that much. Everyone's doing those treadmill challenges. They eat tires. Like I said, I bought a lot more tires. But
okay, if you need tires, call me because I've got a bin of tires in that room over there, and they reproduce. I mean, I go in and I'm like, where did all these? There's more baby tires in with the tires. So
I made a $2 order. Obviously, shipping costs more than $2. I made a $2 order and got like stacks of different sizes and tread types, and I'm good for a little bit. And after the last treadmill adventure, I don't think I'm going to do it that often because after 1 6-mile run on this before it wrecked, it ate these tires up.
That would be worth admission, seeing Lego tires die. That would be great.
That'd be cool.
I would be afraid that it would fly off the treadmill and wreck, and then parts are under the couch or something. And
Go check my video later on my TikTok because
what's up, Seth?
this thing survived the wreck, and it even smacked on the way off. And this back piece here, this bumper was only slightly off, and it didn't come completely off. This thing survived. I thought the roof would rip off. It survived a hard wreck and tumble, going 6 miles per hour.
Well, that's what happens when you glue stuff
Welcome
together.
to the channel, Mario.
Hey, Mario, what's going on?
Oh.
He's a regular.
Who did the? I saw somebody that put like 15 or so speed champions on the treadmill.
Plastic Jedi? Is he the one?
Yeah. That was rough. The damage afterwards. He's like, look at this one. Like the whole front fender and chunks of the car are gone. And
We're like gambling on them. My car is the Ferrari, and it's to the point to where he said if he's gonna race it again, I had to donate points to him because it's destroyed. Like the tires are tore up on it. The thing's wrecked so many times the pieces won't hold together anymore. So I made a donation of a whole whopping $1 for him to rebuild it.
It's a good donation.
I told him he needs to put a Z on it.
Donation.
Hey, is Julian all right? Is he? Are they without a power or anything down there?
I don't know. I asked him if he was going to be on the show. He said no. He's having a rough day. So I said okay. Left it at that.
Gotcha. Well, I know they got a storm going on down there. With the tropical storm. So I didn't know if they lost power.
Hello, ANIB Productions. Welcome. And he loves the Speed Racer video on the treadmills.
I'm a fan.
I need a treadmill just, so I can walk on it. But
I got the treadmill out just for the video where I ran this thing, and it was so dusty. And it's like, man, people are going to know I don't use this for exercise. I'm putting toys on it. I wouldn't recommend it, though, if it's anything that you're like. I built this mock with that in mind, so I built it like real heavy frame and stuff. And it survived. Like I said, I got 6 miles per hour, went flying. But if it was anything that you were worried about, don't do it, because I was expecting that it would like flip and then it would just shred like the plastic or something.
yeah. Ooh.
But it survived. I'm amazed. 6 miles an hour went flying back. The back hit the side of the treadmill and went flying off at 6 miles per hour across the room on the concrete. Nothing broke, nothing scratched, and the bumper was just like half off and not completely off. I was amazed.
Sweet.
The treads didn't survive though. No, it ate those.
When I was younger, I used to, have like, I got Lego. This set came with a speedboat. And this one's got a jet ski, and then I would play with them in the bathtub.
Oh yeah, of course.
Same.
And that was all fine and dandy until the one day I started screaming and crying because a piece fell off and I couldn't find it in the water. And my dad was like, "What the hell are you doing with the Lego in the bathtub?"
Yeah,
they're bumps.
Mom said I could.
This haul had spent a lot of time in bubbly bath whenever I was a kid. It took a lot of cleaning all of the old 20-year-old
Bubbles.
bubbles off of it. It was like permanently white powder and stuff. It took a lot of cleaning to get that haul back into usability.
Well, one time I wanted to make a waterproof submarine, so I got Elmer's glue and I coated all the cracks in the Lego, and it still seeped water, and it never worked. And then I'm like pulling. It was kind of fun. I was like pulling the Elmer's glue out of the big sheets of Elmer's glue out of the thing anyway, but it never worked. Never worked.
Wax. If you ever want to do that again and you want to reuse your Lego, use wax because it'll waterproof it, and then you can wash the wax off later. I mean, you'll have to do a little elbow grease, but it'll seal all the gaps, and then it's reusable and it won't harm the Lego.
Yeah, 10-year-old me was engineering with what he had, but yes, that was fun.
I was about to say, or just not do it.
Have you seen those stress tests where people take the engines and then they put them in like water and then put them in oil and they run the Lego engines as fast until they blow? Like you'll have to check that later. It's interesting how they design these not with actual use intended, and then people put them to the test and they survive way better than you'd think they would.
Is it in intent to stress me or the Lego? Because it would stress me.
Both. Because they're
Watching
the big V8 engine blocks that only come in the big sets that you got to pay a ton of money for.
That's what they use.
And then they submerge it in water and they see how far it goes in water before it blows, and then they put it in oil to see how far it goes in oil. Then they try mineral oils, actual engine oil, and it's amazing how far like the engines go before it finally burns up. And one time they ran it until the plastic pistons melted into the slots.
Oh my gosh!
All right, what the heck? Like I'm not normally one that would complain about Lego. Like some people are. I'm just like, look, it's a toy. It is what it is. If you don't like the printing, whatever, who cares? Don't buy it. But I'm a little upset here. This set only came with 4 of the Infinity Gems and not all 6 to put on.
No joke.
Oh, which
Wow.
set is that?
What?
Which set is that?
The helicopter one with the Hulk, where you put the hand. It only has 4. That's crap. Where's the purple?
Well, is it because at that time he only had 4 stones?
I mean, possible, but come on, just give me all of them.
I bet that's what it was. That part of the movie.
Well,
this
you
is
know
like
that
movie- this is like complete. This came far after the movie. Like they don't have a fancy ass helicopter like this in the movies.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Well, have you seen the Avengers Advent calendars coming out? There's like all the colors are going to come in it, and you actually decorate a Christmas tree with the Infinity Stones.
Oh, that's
Great. I
So-
can't wait for that.
Yeah, and so you'll get them all then finally. So
Well, I mean, I have them all technically too somewhere because I have all the other sets. But
Do
I'm
they
saying,
give you the stones on a wheel that gives you duplicates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do me a favor, toss me in the other 2.
yeah, it was the Time Stone though that was in the really expensive set only. Like
Yeah, you had to buy one of them you had to buy the ship, and then one of them you had to buy the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was the one that was hard to get. So
That one would be the reality stone, right? Is it the reality or
Lumberjack, you got an invite if you want to be on the stream.
which stone does he have?
who? Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Time
Do you have a
Stone.
reality?
Time.
Yeah, the Eye of
Okay.
Agamotto.
Gotcha.
The reality stone came from the Guardians of the Galaxy universe, I think. I think he had to get
Okay.
it from the giant head planet. It's like the head of a celestial giant, and there's a city in it. I think the
Gotcha.
collector had it.
I think that's right. I don't remember.
It's been a bit since I watched
It's
them.
been a minute.
I watch too many movies, guys.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Me 3.
May 4. How was AFOL Day for Zoom? Did y'all go?
I didn't go. I was taking care of my dad. My dad's been ill. He's doing good now, but so I wasn't able to go. But a bunch of them went, and then some of them were surprised by that those Mario coins that they gave out kind of randomly. So that was cool.
Nice.
But yeah, I didn't get to go. But a lot of folks did. I don't know Rick Blay. I know that Bricksmith went and came up, and it was fun. I think. I'm not sure all came up. I wish I could have, but it was important for me to be with my dad. So
Yeah, I got
that
you.
was cool. So, but yeah, I think it was fun.
Yeah, take care of your family first.
That's right.
Of course.
The Lego will be there later.
Maybe.
Yeah, those coins won't be.
Well, my wife might get a hankering and go, you know what? Let's check this stuff. So no, she won't.
Yeah. Like that's her retirement.
That's right.
What my wife says. Like, if
That's
I'm
what
like,
I
hey,
tell
I'm gonna
my
buy
wife.
this action figure or whatever, and she's like, "That's fine," because it'll be something that she'll sell later when I die and get some money.
Exactly.
That's what I tell my wife about the military helmets and collectibles I had. I said, the longer they sit, the more money they're worth. So when I die at, the ripe old age of like 70, because that's how men die, she gets a lot of money. I told her, don't worry, before I pass, I'll write down the lowest amount you can take and the highest amount you can take.
Yeah, that's what she's like. I want you to make an inventory of what you got and what it's valued at. So
there's another stress test trying to inventory all this shit I have.
No, I don't even want to think about it. Don't want to think about it.
Do you have like a lot of sets for Zoom, or do you just have parts?
A little of both.
A little both, yeah.
Like I got a bunch of classic space up here.
Yeah.
And then I've got like most of the NASA sets over there, and just a few of the some more classic space over there. Just display. I say that I don't display a lot, but I mean I do. And then most of this is Mox behind me, and Jake's shelf over there with his Ninjago stuff and everything. But then it's mostly parts. Yeah, and Mox. I got a bunch of like stuff I take to Brick Fair in boxes over there and stuff like that. So, yeah, I need this virus to go away so I can be assured I'm going to go to Brick Fair, Alabama. So, I need it.
You need it.
You need it.
I will unfortunately deliver the news here. I'm 99% sure that I cannot go to Alabama now.
No.
When is that one? That's January.
January.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there.
Yeah, one of the my other employees, he's got. Hey, what's up, Will? Glad you came in and dropped a like. Thank you, I appreciate that. One of my other employees has got a wedding to go to that week. It's not just like a normal wedding; like it's on a cruise, so he's going to be gone for a hell of a long time, like 9 days or something.
What? How many? How long is that? They got plenty of time to break up. So let's work on that.
That's kind of what I'm hoping.
No, you sure, man?
You sure that's what you want to do for your rest of your life?
Yeah. Well, it's not his wedding. He's in the wedding though.
Well, yeah. Then
Tell
that's
your friend to
definitely
break
not
up.
worth going then.
I can't blame him though. You get to go on a cruise. I ain't got to go on a cruise. So somebody's like, "We're having a wedding on a cruise." I'm like, "Okay."
I've never been on a cruise before.
Been on one. That was enough.
The sucky part though is like he has to pay for like they didn't. It's not a free trip for him, but they did get a discounted thing. Like the wedding party was able to get discounts for everybody, but still, I'm like, that's expensive.
If I'm invited to a wedding on a cruise, I expect my time on the cruise to be paid for.
Well, then you've never been on a wedding cruise.
Oh, I can't put that there. Rats.
Come on.
Okay, that works.
What's up?
Wow. How far are you into that set, Brick Place?
I'm on the last bag.
Oh,
I started it yesterday on Julian's stream.
Nice.
And then did a little pre-build before this show so I could ensure that it was done by the time the stream was over.
You cheated.
That's right.
Cheetah.
Sorry, I'm crinkling.
Cheetah.
I mean, the joke is, hey, Lego makes too damn many helicopters, but this one is not a normal helicopter, that's for sure. Like, they could have built this much simpler, I think.
Yeah, I like the part where it's made to drop Hulk into the battle, just like the movie.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, this one is not based on the movie.
Right.
Clearly. There's a lot of the sets that are not based on movies or anything in movies.
And we can talk about the worst one ever. Remember the stupid, the one from Iron Man 3, the Mandalorian, final battle.
The Mandalorian?
The Mandarin. Final battle, yeah.
With that
that goofy tank with the arms and stuff that wasn't even in the movie, but it was the final battle. It was dumb. It was so bad.
You got to remember that most of those sets are meant for kids, so they just make up cool stuff. It's why I get mad at the Jurassic sets.
I was to say, it has to be cool first.
Yeah, but apparently they don't even get they're just like, here's the characters, and they, to prevent spoilers, they don't tell Lego or a lot of toy companies what's happening. That's why sometimes you'll see the set comes out after the movie that is more accurate to what happened.
Yeah.
Except for Giant Man, which Lego is like, hey, look, Giant Man. And, oh, we didn't know that. Y'all didn't know that.
Yeah, just kidding. No Giant Man.
There's no Giant Man, I promise. Oh, look, Giant Man.
But anybody that wasn't expecting Giant Man, though, is kind of not paying attention, I would assume. I remember several years ago, people, and when I say people, I mean like AFOLs on the internet, threw an absolute hissy fit over the first set that had Thanos in it. And he was a big fig Thanos, and it was the Avenge jet, and it was a red and white jet. And they're like, "This is terrible. This is not. I've not seen this at all in the movies. This is just a horrible, horrible set." But literally, it was taken right out of the cartoon that was airing at that time.
Right.
The jet was just like the show, and it's also a fun build because I enjoy that one a lot.
Yeah, that's what they do with those Jurassic sets too. I'm a huge Jurassic fan. I keep wanting them to make stuff from the movies. And they just keep making stuff off of those Netflix shows. And I'm just like, stop. I want the dinosaurs. Give me the dinosaurs, but make scenes that people really want. It drives me nuts.
All right, so this is crossing universes here. So I have to take and put Harry Potter
Put your
wand
right foot in.
into a lightsaber.
What?
Okay.
I'm assuming that's supposed to be like Black Widow's sticks or something. Who knows?
Black Widow stick sounds like a hot wing flavor. Hey, I want nuclear, and then I want
Black Widow. Yeah.
I need the Black Widow sticks. Thank you very much.
What's up, Bama?
What's up,
I
Bama?
would try that, honestly.
Just like I cannot wait for the alcoholic Mountain Dew to come out next year. Like I definitely need to try this.
Is that true?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep, they're making 3 flavors: black cherry, watermelon, and then original Mountain Dew.
It's gonna be a lot of drunk rednecks.
Yeah.
Hyped up drunk rednecks. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first comment on like the Twitter post about it's like, if you make a alcoholic Baja Blast, I'll probably fuck around and become a drunk.
Yeah.
Then somebody's like, 4 Loko is when you had kids, and this is when you want to lose custody.
Oh wow. Nice.
Yeah, apparently comes out in like January or February. It's made by the Boston Beer Company, whoever makes Sam Adams. They partnered with Pepsi for it.
Mountain Dew was originally meant to be a mixer for alcohol, and then people just started drinking it by itself, and thus Mountain Dew was created.
Because it was delicious.
It's good to know. They used to also sell it in little jugs, like moonshine jugs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it had like a little old prospector on the.
Yeah, it was Mountain Dew. That was a name for whiskey. So
Yeah, it was supposed to be mixed with your alcohol, and then people were like, "Man, I don't have any more alcohol, but this mixer's real good."
Talking about the old prospector Gus Chiggins. Gus Chiggins. Nobody? Saturday Night Live? Nobody?
No, don't remember that one.
Oh my god, that's one of the best Will Ferrell skits of all time. You need to go watch that one. Just for Jimmy Fallon and Tracy Morgan. Oh my god, it's so hilarious.
One of my favorite Will Ferrell sketch is the one where it's just like him and I think it's like Sherry O'Terry, and the camera's just on them the entire time, and he's like barbecuing in the backyard. And they're talking with everybody. He's talking about how he's gonna like punch his kids in the face if they don't get off the shed.
Yeah. What's funny about that was his audition.
Yeah, I saw it's because that's on the.
Yeah, that was his
Blu-ray.
audition. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Yeah, did you get that new sales? Get off the shed! I will murder you.
Starts out, he's like, "Son, hey, can you get off the shed? Okay, thank you."
Yeah, real soft.
I will punch you in the face if you don't get off the shed.
Yeah.
That's that humor he carried over to make Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Sweet tiny infant pie, baby Jesus.
His kids are all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah, they are.
I'm like a spider monkey.
How much you want for that weed, old man?
I wish they made a sequel to that, but I guess that would have ruined how awesome that movie was.
Yeah.
Just like Step Brothers.
Yeah, you can't do a sequel to Step Brothers or Talladega Nights or any of that.
It would just ruin the original.
Yeah.
I mean, the original would still exist in its form, hence it would not ruin the original.
It would still ruin it.
I do think, honestly, a sequel to Step Brothers should happen, but it literally should be like their kids.
Yeah.
You know, they were originally going to do a sequel to Step Brothers, and then they took the funding for that, and they made that horrific Sherlock Jones movie, or Sherlock Holmes movie.
The first one?
Oh, the one with Will Ferrell?
One with those two.
With Will Ferrell.
That movie was so bad. Like, we went and saw it, and half our theater left, like a few minutes in. Like, they just left. And I was like, oh, come on. Like, it's a Will Ferrell movie. You got to come into it open-minded. It wasn't good, but I giggled. But,
again, that's another one that is not near as bad as people say it is. It's not great, but I definitely sat there and watched it, and I was like, I don't know why everybody's
to see
jumping on this movie.
Yeah.
Like Hudson
I don't remember
Hawk.
seeing it.
I love Hudson Hawk, but that's like on record as the worst movie in history. I'm like, it's a great movie.
Yep, and that was what the funding for Step Brothers 2 went towards. They actually were like, okay, we got the funding, and they said, we're going to make something different. And that's what movie came out of the funding for that.
It's like, should have went with Step Brothers 2.
I would say the worst movie of all time is The Room, but that's my opinion.
That movie, I didn't realize. So I saw that in a theater like a couple years back. They were like, it's one day only in theaters or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go see it because I've never seen it.
Yeah.
And I, heard it's one of those so terrible it's great.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
So it is, but I didn't realize that it was an audience participation movie like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Bring your spoons. Bring your
why
football.
Spoons. What's this about?
Roses. Yep.
It was great. And then it was so good that I went and seen his other movies that he made, like Best Friend.
Oh, they're so bad, man.
The R in parentheses or whatever. I saw both parts.
They're so bad.
Just like, I can't believe he thinks this is great. But it was great in like a terrible way.
Yeah.
Worst movie ever made? Caddyshack 2. By far the worst movie ever made.
You are aware that like the Notebook exists, right? And that all the Twilight movies exist.
Well,
Caddyshack 2 is
okay.
far superior to any of those.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, live action.
Any movie that I'm supposed to like and is, because you would think Caddyshack was one of the funniest movies ever made. Its sequel can't be that bad. It is absolutely terrible. It is terrible. So
now,
mark my words.
Now, are you ready? Are you sitting down? I ain't never seen either Caddyshack.
What?
I've seen bits and pieces of the first one, but I've never actually seen it like all the way through.
Dude. I didn't mind Caddyshack 2.
They rerun those all the time on the FX channel or the American Movie Channel or whatever it's called.
I've seen like bits and pieces of it, just like over the years. I've just never sat down to watch.
They censor it now, so it's not as funny.
I've never seen the first Jaws either. I've seen all the sequels though.
Oh, okay. And then Jaws 3D. It is also terrible.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is terrible.
So bad.
Hold on. You're gonna say that Caddyshack 2 is worse than Sharknado? Get out of here. Come on.
No, Sharknado is great. Again,
Sharknado is great entertainment.
Great. It's
Sharknado is not a movie.
It's entertainment. It's a show. It's not a movie. It's a show for you. It's just straight, flat entertainment. You're not supposed to.
He
get
leaps
invested.
in the air with a chainsaw and just lets the shark eat him and just saws his way out. That's great.
I get it.
That is fantastic.
Wow.
I haven't seen Sharknado 3 through 5 or 6 though, but I've seen the second one.
If you've seen the first one, you've seen them all.
Exactly. I was about to say you've seen the first one, yeah.
So crazy.
Snakes on a Plane. Snakes on a Plane is fantastic too.
In a terrible way, yes, you're right. You're right.
And you know what I really love about Snakes on a Plane is that so Samuel L. Jackson was handed the script, and that's what it was like. Snakes on a Plane. He's like, I'm in. And they're like, don't you want to read the script? He's like, no, I'm in. It says Snakes on a Plane. So they're doing this movie, and then like I guess midway through production, they're like, okay, we're gonna change the name. It's gonna be like Flight 872 or something like that. He's like, no, you're not.
No.
And they're like, yeah, we want it to be more marketable. He's like, if you change the name of this movie,
I'm
you
out.
lose me. I'm
Yeah.
out.
Snakes on a Plane.
I was like, that's fucking great.
Oh, have you ever seen Congo? It's based off the book by Michael Crichton, who also did
Not
Jurassic
all the way
Park.
through.
Congo's
Just to get
awesome. I
different
love
pieces.
Congo.
So get this: the first date with my now wife. I don't know how she decided to marry me after this. Our first date, I was like, I have this awesome movie for you. We're gonna watch this, and even for its time, it did not compare to. Even though it came after Jurassic Park, its budget was worse.
Yeah.
And she to this day was like, I will never watch another monkey movie with you again. She's like, that is the worst movie you've ever made me sit through. And I'm like, what?
Not even Curious George.
Hey, Curious George is a national treasure.
I know. That's what I'm saying. She needs to watch Curious George.
She hated it so bad. I'm like, this is a masterpiece. She goes, they literally are guys in puppet masks. Like,
Those are real.
How else
monkeys.
you gonna have big monkeys?
to be fair, they do look like those really bad like Sasquatch masks you see in the Halloween stores every year.
That was their
Because
budget.
they were.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where they got them from.
And it has like white. I can't think of his name. You're gonna shun me for it. Curry, from Rocky
Tim
Horror.
Curry.
Yeah,
Steph Curry.
he used a modified version. He used a modified version of the Wild Thornberry's voice for that movie too.
That's funny.
He was like a Russian version of the Thornberrys, but that's where he used that weird voice.
I've seen like the end of the movie, but I've never seen the beginning, so I know how it ends. But
So the whole beginning is all suspense, and that's the cool part. And then you get to the end, and it's just corny madness.
Yeah.
Because that's when you see, like, before you only got like snippets of the apes, so you didn't know how crazy they were looking. And then when you see them like moving and stuff, you're like, yeah, that's a dude running around in a big suit.
Well, yeah, of course it is. It's a movie in the mid '90s.
It came after Jurassic Park, and it was another Michael Crichton, and they were hoping to ride off of Jurassic Park with that.
Oh, yeah, no.
And
Not
they
even
didn't have the
close.
CGI technology. They used no CGI in that movie. It was all puppets.
my vote for movie with worst CG that came after Jurassic Park is Eraser
Oh,
with
great
Arnold
choice.
Schwarzenegger in it.
Great
and they
choice.
CG'd the alligators, and they look terrible. I'm like, the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park look more real than those alligators.
Yeah.
And there was like weird green fire for some reason.
And don't you love how the supposed gun that can shoot at light speed, you see the bullet?
Well, a gun that shoots at light speed,
Yeah, that's what they're shooting. It's a light rail or a light gun.
then that would be a laser.
No, it shoots
If
a
matter
bullet.
approaches light speed, it becomes light. So,
Well, whatever they were shooting, it shoots a bullet so fast it travels almost at the speed of light. But you see the bullet. It's so crazy. It's so terrible. And of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger dodges about 4 of them. You know,
oh,
I
of
was like,
course.
oh yeah, that makes sense.
That part I didn't mind. I don't care about. I knew it was going to be unrealistic, but I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, you could have used real alligators. It would have been cheaper than the fake ass way they did it.
Those movies, those kind of movies are the best though. Like even like going back to the Terminator movies, and you got anything Arnold Schwarzenegger where he's like Commando and stuff like that. Like
Oh,
those
great.
movies are so bad that you're like, I love them. Like
Yeah. See, I don't even think Terminator 2 is bad.
No,
I
Terminator
love
2
that
is
movie.
amazing.
Terminator is amazing.
That's what I'm saying.
that one's a
It's-
great one. And the special effects were pretty good.
They were
even-
awesome. Yeah.
Even though they had to compete with better special effects from movies that came out around the time that Terminator 2 came out,
Yeah.
they still stuck with pretty practical effects. The only problem was, even for that time, it didn't really hold up. Like even a couple years later, the liquefying cop guy,
I think
Like-
it holds up today.
Well, they remastered it.
I do.
No,
If you-
I know.
If you have a DVD copy that was made in the 2000s, it's not the original.
Yeah,
they already-
it
they
looks way more grainy.
They
I have
remastered
a
the
VHS
CGI.
collector set that's in like a big giant box with a holographic Terminator on the front.
Nice.
It's 3 tapes. It's Terminator 1, Terminator 2, and then the third one is like extra footage from T2 and behind the
Nice.
scenes stuff. Yeah. Good times.
I have an original copy of Mad Max somewhere, and it's in the black VHS clam case and everything.
Ooh.
And it has like all the little. It came with like the little picture book. You remember when they came with like behind the scenes picture books that they'd slide inside of it? It still has. It's somewhere in storage somewhere, but I don't have a VHS player anymore. I had to go out and buy a Blu-ray edition of it just to watch the thing.
It's a hot item right now.
Yeah, just so same as CRT TVs now.
Hey, I got one right there, buddy.
Nice. Right there.
Well, you know, they were all smashed, like, because everyone's like, well, I don't want this. And then all Goodwills and stuff are like, well, we don't want them either. So now
Right.
they're just all getting smashed and destroyed and dumped. So now they're like, oh, well, people actually want those for vintage stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you can't use the old Mario, or not. Is it Nintendo or Sega? It's Sega, isn't it, with Duck Hunt? You can't use those old
Nintendo.
guns.
Oh, hold on. Whoa.
It's
That's
Nintendo.
Nintendo. Don't you dare. No, I'm just kidding. It's Nintendo.
Is it? Because I swear, I must have had like a weird, because we had
Super
a
Mario
wood
and Duck
grain.
Hunt together.
Yeah.
Because we
Mario
had
Duck
Duck Hunt, and it was on a wood grain console. Unless that's just what one of the old Nintendos looked like. It was like a black and wood grain console,
That's an
And-
Atari 2600.
and we had
That's-
Duck Hunt on that thing.
There was like a hunting game on there, but it wasn't the actual
Wasn't Duck Hunt, yeah.
that's
Is
on
it like
Nintendo.
their knockoff version of it?
No, it's something that came like 10 years before. The Atari 2600 is older than Nintendo.
Because I had that was my
Not
first
older than
console.
the company.
My first console was that, and then we skipped from that directly to Super Nintendo because my family was like, "It still works. You don't need to get another console. You already have a console, so you only got a console like every like 4th generation." Like, we went from that old system because we had Ghostbusters on there, and it was like where you ran out of fuel and you had to like go around and we had like Ghostbusters on there, and we went from that thing to a SNES, and then we went from a SNES to a PlayStation 2, and we went from a PlayStation 2 to a GameCube, which was a pretty short jump, and then we went from that to an Xbox, and then so on and so forth.
So yeah, PlayStation 2 and the GameCube were like technically on this considered the same generation.
And the only reason we got it is because I had the PlayStation 2, and my little brother wanted to play it all the time, and I would say no, we would fight, so they got him a GameCube. That's the only reason we got it.
Yeah, no fighting.
So let's see. I had a ColecoVision. That was my first game
Nice.
system. And I had the Atari 2600 adapter that let me play all the Atari games on it.
Yep.
We had that
Yep.
too.
So that was my first console. Well, no, I take back that up. I had a pre 2600 Atari pinball it was a little console. It had flippers on the side and a paddle ball or whatever, so you
Yep.
could play Breakout. So that was fun. That was before 2600. So then I had a ColecoVision, and then I had
an Odyssey.
Oh, sweet. Then I had a Sega Master System. And then I got a Sega Saturn. I'm picking all the winners, right? And then I had an Atari Lynx, the handheld game, which was fun. And then I got a PS2. And then Jake got a Wii, and then we got a Switch. That's the video games that's how we skipped through all the generations. So.
I skipped the Wii. I went from the GameCube, and we just got a Switch, and it was for my wife recently. Otherwise, I actually stayed after PS2. I stayed Xbox, Xbox 360, 360e, Xbox One, Xbox One S, now Xbox One X, or Xbox Series X is what I'm on now. So I just stayed with the Xbox at that point because I was lazy.
So we went Atari 5200.
Oh, I hated those controllers. They never
Yeah,
reset.
they were awful. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Saturn, Holler.
Hey, Sega Saturn, Children of the Atom, best game
Yep,
ever.
so fun. And then I still have all these. Thankfully, my mom kept all this crap. And then we did Nintendo 64, PlayStation, Dreamcast. Holler at your Dreamcast.
Oh,
got
I had a
two
64.
Dreamcasts.
I'm sorry, I skipped it. I had a 64.
Yeah. And then we did Xbox, and then after that, I quit. After Halo, I was like, I'm done. So didn't get much.
We started. My dad had like an Odyssey long before like I was born or whatever. Or
Yeah.
the time I was born, I guess I never touched that, but I played the Atari 2600. And then he had a Commodore VIC-20, a Commodore 64. And then we got a Nintendo, a Super Nintendo, a Sega Genesis. And then I purchased my own Super Nintendo, my own Sega Genesis, and a Sega CD and 32X attachment with it, which I still have. I still have everything.
That's awesome.
And then I got a Saturn. I got a Dreamcast, two of them. My wife has one. I have one. I have a Sega Game Gear. I got an Atari Jaguar, an Atari Lynx, a TurboGrafx 16, a Neo Geo Pocket Color. Then I have PlayStation 1 through 5. I do.
He's like, he bought both of them.
Yep, got PlayStations 1 through 5. Got the Xbox 360, and Xbox One. I don't have a Series X because there's zero reason to buy it because there's no exclusive games for it yet.
The performance boost is worth it.
I have a PlayStation 5, so
that's true. If you already have a PlayStation 5, you have no need for it.
So why are you a Lego channel and not a gaming channel?
It's a both. If you would take a look at some of my videos, you will see video game hauls and Lego hauls
from the beginning.
Split.
Yep.
A lot of the Lego creators are split between several subjects. It wasn't until recently, like specifically on TikTok, for instance, that the Lego stuff even took off. So like to keep afloat, you had to pick up a secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do like military stuff for my secondary thing, and then I do Legos for my other one.
50 games on one disc.
Nice.
I got a PlayStation 3. I just bought like 5 PS3 games the other day because somebody traded a bunch in. I'm like, oh, I need all those for my collection.
Yeah, and we know how much they pay for old games.
Well, yeah, it's the same as any retailer.
I know. Yeah, it's terrible.
As I tell people all the time, I'm like, why don't you try? Have you tried to sell any DVDs you got? You'd be lucky if you get a quarter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you paid $25 for that movie.
Yep.
Or how about your car? You just drove off the lot. It just halved in value the second you drove it away.
Not anymore. That's actually not true right now.
With the shortage,
right now.
The shortage, it's so crazy. I just looked at the value of my truck and it went up $3,000.
His car for more than he paid for it right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's so ridiculous. But then you run into the problem: how are you going to afford another car? Everything is, $5,000 or $10,000 more. So,
yep.
People don't think like when you're taking in your stuff to trade in at GameStop or a pawn shop, they have to make money, and so it's already reduced in value because you touched it and you used it, you opened it, and then they have to take a percentage off that so they can make money to stay in business. Like people don't think that.
We got rent, we got pay for all the employees. He also just brought me a disc without a case, so I've got to make a case. So we're supplying that stuff, and we have to make a profit on top of all that.
Right, and then shelf space. What Pawn Stars always says: shelf space. It's going to sit on your shelf.
That game's going to sit there before I resell it.
Right. People don't think like that, and then they'll watch Pawn Stars. Like it's my favorite thing. Like people have been saying that for years, and then you have like Pawn Stars and Pickers and all those. Cause I'm a huge nerd and I watch all that stuff. And people are always like on like comments and stuff on those, like, oh, and they're gonna give them $5 for it, and they make all these jokes and stuff. And I'm like, they have all that stuff that they have to get rid of, and pay all those people, and they got to pay all their fees and their licenses and everything. Like,
yeah, but you got to admit, Pawn Stars rips people off a lot of the times.
Well, it's all the stuff that you see is
fake. I know it's all fake. I know, I get it. But
that's why those numbers don't make any sense. It's for awe factor. But if you actually go into their actual pawn shop, which is separate from their display store, by the way, if you go into their actual pawn shop, it's just a normal pawn shop. Yeah. All the nonsense stuff is on their display store for you to walk through and get their signatures and all that nonsense. But then there's the actual pawn shop, which they never actually show.
Yep. I know it's all crazy, but still.
I never forget when I worked at the old store I used to work at. My boss there a couple of different times, like he would say things that, like, I would get fired for saying, but like there was a guy that was trying to trade in a bunch of old, PlayStation 2 games and whatever, and him and his son was there, and he's like, ring it up. He's like, it's going to be this much money is how much you get, and the guy's like, well, that's a bunch of shit. you guys are just ripping us off. He's like, you're just out to make money. And he's like, we are.
Well, yeah, you're a business.
We are definitely. And he's like, what? What'd you say? He's like, yes, we are here to make money. This is a business. We are here to make a profit.
Yeah.
He's like, well, that's just, you're ripping me off. And then he's just like, okay, I'll tell you what, here you go. You can have your games back. I'm not going to take them from you because I don't want you to feel like I'm ripping you off. He's like, well, no, my son wants. He's like, no. You feel it's a ripoff. So you just keep those games and you can just pay full price for whatever you want to buy here. We're not going to take your games. And the dude was not having it. And the kids started crying and he's like, come on, we got to go. We're leaving. And I was like, that was great. He's like, don't do that. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, well, people always forget because, like, my favorite one is anytime you're browsing in there. If I feel like it's almost rigged. Like, I'll be browsing in a GameStop, and I swear someone comes in every single time, and you're always listening to their conversations. They trade stuff in, and they're like, "I just bought this yesterday, and you guys have your markdown on it for what you're going to take it back," and they don't realize that you're going to take it back and you're going to put up there probably for not much more than a new one, and you might sell it, or that game might sit there for a couple months, and then what you paid $30 for is going to end up being on the discount shelf for $5, and then you just lost that money. Like they don't realize that you're literally gambling with the takebacks.
My favorite is I had a guy call me. This just happened like last year, right before the pandemic hit. This dude calls and he's like, hey man, I got a PS3 and some games I want to trade in, and like it's brand new. I've never even played it. But what can what can you do? And I'm like, well, if you just got like one or two games, I can tell you how much they're worth. Where if you got a bunch, you just bring them in. He's like, I'll just go ahead and bring them in. What he brought in was not a brand new PS3. Like the top was missing, and like the controller, like, it was decimated. I was like, well, this is clearly not a PS3. He's like, yeah, it is. I just bought it. I bought it from my neighbor. I have never played that. It's brand new to me. I was like, that's new to you.
Yeah.
But that's not new. And I definitely cannot take this in trade.
That's weird.
I hate that. It's brand new. Why was there a footprint on it?
It's like all the controllers you see on like Marketplace and eBay and stuff. People are like, oh, it's hardly used, and they're wanting like full price for it. And you never buy used controllers because the joysticks are always screwed. That's why they're on there. Yep. The joysticks always are stick drift or something. Like no matter what, like it could look perfect. It's stick drift. Don't buy it.
Yeah, so we have a tester now for controllers, which is pretty cool. It won't test any old ones or anything, but it works great because it used to be people come in and be like, I want to trade this controller in. Anything wrong with it? It looks fine. I just want a different color. But now, plug it in the tester. I'm like, oh, we can take it as a defective one because the left stick's broke. Or the R2 button doesn't work.
Yeah, they don't realize it's all digital coded now. It's smart chip.
Like, Darn it.
Dummies.
X buttons always go out on my controllers because reload. I'm a religious reloader. I could have a full magazine on the game. I'll shoot one thing, reload.
Yeah. I'm there too. Especially in like Gears of War when the reload helps you.
Yep.
Like I'll fire a bullet and reload just to have that next bullet be powerful. Chris, are you going to take that giant brick behind you and like make it into your old gray bricks person someday?
I want to, but I don't know if I will.
You should. That'd be awesome.
Oh, there he is. I didn't know where Old Gray Bricks was. There he is. Yay.
That's awesome.
Oh, wait, I can hover him over.
Where'd you get that thing from?
Seth, that's because that's where the Xbox One belongs.
Where'd I get this?
No. Where'd you get that big box?
Oh, yeah. It's a storage box. I mean, I got it off of Amazon or whatever.
It's actual Lego?
Oh, well, it's branded, yeah. But it's hang on.
Got to put his construction hat on.
That's right. Now, the cool thing about this is an actual Lego employee, what they would wear, because a lady in my church, that's her company. They print stuff for, this is OSHA compliant. Then they printed them for Lego, and she found one in a closet. She goes, I think you want this. I'm like, I think I do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go.
That's awesome.
But anyway.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And it,
Just pulls off the top. You can store it. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
That's awesome.
yeah.
It is
Okay,
awesome.
so here's what you need to do. You need to turn that into one of the guys, and then when you open him, have another one in there, like a Russian nesting brick.
Yeah.
And then you open him up, and the littler guy's in there, and you open him up, and the littler guy's in there.
That would be hilarious. So funny.
And knowing you, you'd have it done by tomorrow, so you know.
Yeah.
Wish.
Master Builder.
I
Yeah,
wish.
all the people who have their bricks organized, me, like something that should take me like 5 minutes to build will take me 3 hours to build because I'm like looking through for the right color and the piece. Because mine's just the bin. Like it's several drawers that make up the bin and none of it's organized.
Don't let that fool you. It's not as organized as it looks.
I bet if you needed to find a hinge piece, you go, they're in that general area. Me, I'm like, I got to dig for it. Give me about 4 hours.
Now, yes, that's true. Watch my last few TikTok videos. You'll see what I've been doing. Because before I had like, this is a modified 1x2 piece. So it's all in this one bin. So now I've been separating them out to like, this is a hinge. And then this is the brick with a hole in it.
It never
I'm
fails
trying
when
to
I'm
make it easier.
digging. I'll be looking for one thing and spend hours looking for it and see a whole bunch of something. And then later I'll be like, oh, I need that. I saw a whole bunch of those. Can't
Yep.
find any of them.
Yep.
That's why I made the mistake and sorted by color when I first started doing it.
Ooh,
And then
bad
I'm like,
choice.
I can't find. And this is the part I remember. The part that made me go, this is wrong. The stair pieces, the black one that's just like a bunch of stairs going down. I needed one, and I knew I had one, and I could not find it digging through a big, drawer of black pieces. And it's a huge piece too. So I'm like, what the hell? Okay, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
but the
more
problem
black
with doing it by piece type is you just need so many drawers. Like it's just getting the drawers is like it's like $100-$200 to get enough to get all of them covered.
Yeah.
Or
Because they're
more.
they're like $30-$40 each, right? For
Yeah, I bought those
No.
on sale for $28 each. On sale. Normally they're like $40.
yeah.
These Craftsman ones I have nine this size, the bigger drawers, and then 30 this size.
See, I need to go around Christmas time when they're selling all the tool stuff for the tool dads.
They
And
don't
stock
make
up on
those
those.
anymore. That was a stack
What?
on brand.
No, you can get these from Lowe's right now, and they're only $27 each.
I don't want to pay $27 each.
Do they have the ones with all the big drawers? Because actually, I kind of need one of those. Like,
Yeah, they do. It's 18 drawers like that.
okay, yeah, that's what I need now. I was separating wing pieces the other night, and I'm like, well, they're too big to fit in those little drawers over there, and I don't have any more of this size drawer here empty. So time to go buy some more. So they're just in Ziploc bags in a big drawer right now.
I just started sorting any new bulk brick I buy. I just started sorting. Instead of tackling the problem that's in the closet, the bin. Now any new bricks I come in, I just started sorting them they're by color right now because that's the only space I have. But I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna add to the problem. I'm gonna sort them as they come in. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to handle this.
I should be doing that, but I haven't. In fact,
Yeah.
there's the bag of parts that I got at ABC on this table right here that you can't see that I need to sort through. Probably need to wash them as well.
Well, these tires are gross. Like they were well driven through dirt or something because they're all in need of a bath. Luckily, the
And were they
wheels
marked
and
as
tires.
new in the store?
See, that's clearly like that's been driven around on a table or something.
Well, no, I'll tell you, after time, those things just start to get kind of fuzzy and lighter. So that's just dust that sticks into the plastic. So
Yeah, I'm gonna take them and they're gonna get a Dawn dish soap bath, and they should come out nice and squeaky rubber.
Beautiful. What is that? I see the Eiffel Tower picture above your head, Bird. But what's the thing right to the left of it?
Where at?
The skull and the what is that?
This?
Yeah, that.
That's a painting.
Did you do that?
No, one of my friends bought it in Dallas. It was one of those guys that's down in Deep Ellum where Kennedy got assassinated.
Mhm.
And he was like one of the guys on the sidewalk painting, and he painted that within like 7 minutes. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I bought it from him.
Nice.
Yeah. Hold on, sorry.
I was gonna say something bad, but I'm not gonna, because I just saw something on his shelf. So instead, I'll say, "Let's see your big chicken."
What about my big chicken? Leave my
let's
chicken
see your
alone.
big chicken. I was about to say, "Let's see your big,"
Ugh, that chicken is terrible. That's what I'm most known for in my lug. Thanks a lot.
Well, yeah, I could tell immediately what it is sitting on the shelf. It's a big chicken.
Big chicken. That's what he is.
Chicken.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and probably end the show. We went for over an hour tonight.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I finished my build, my helicopter that drops a Hulk.
Nice.
Get to the chopper.
To the chopper.
And thank you, everybody, very much for watching. And we will see you sometime. I don't know when. What's the next show? Chris's channel Thursday, right?
Thursday at 8.
Oh, no, Wednesday, Bricksmith's
PBN.
Ultimate Builds.
Oh, ultimately, yeah.
Yep. So be there or be square. Bye, guys. Good night.